Let me bang.
I do let you bang. Hey,
let me bang you, Gable, man.
I let you bang. I let you bang.
Greetings, marriage and virgins.
Go for Jesus. No forget Jesus, people.
Hey, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time once again for your favorite mixed martial arts podcast. Recording out of Los Angeles, California, it's MMA Roasted with Adam Hunter.
What's up, people? Welcome to a brand new MMA Roasted Podcast. Sorry, it's been crazy. I've been on tour. I've been to Australia, New Zealand. Now I'm in Thailand. I was in, where was I yesterday? I was in Hong Kong. And now I'm here with Bill Dawes, who's naked. So nothing has changed. So super excited about that. And Don,
I know you travel all the world, nothing changes.
by the way, Bill, you're getting in shape. I saw a picture of you with your shirt off. Holy shit, man. You quickly slimmed down.
That's the only picture you can get.
You look good, man.
I'm trying.
Yeah, is this part
Maybe
of
I'll look like Don Fry in the 90s.
Is this part of your revenge, bud? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, at this point, it's just any bot. I need a woman.
Yeah.
I can't just be hanging out with you guys naked all day, you know?
Yeah. What now? You got friend zone recently? I saw a video saying you got friend zoned. What happened?
Yeah. This girl asked me to go dancing. I went out dancing with her, and then when we were on the dance floor, she wouldn't let me touch her.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, she's like, we're just friends. I mean, I'm not like at all like hand on the hip. She's like, no. And I was like, why did you ask me to go dancing with you? Just to watch from the corner jerking off? I don't understand.
Nah, you fucked up somewhere. I'll just tell you that.
Do you think I fucked up? I picked her up in my 2012 Lincoln. Do you think that was the way I screwed up?
Yeah. Listen, there's some whicher way that you got talked yourself right out of the poonanny, but I don't know where you went wrong. And we could break down game tape afterwards, but at this stage in the game, I'm gonna just say you talked yourself right out of the pussy.
And this was the first date?
No. This is not the first date.
Oh yeah. Dude, there was
definitely
girl,
the last date.
Dude, there was a girl that I went on 3 sushi dates, and then I tried to kiss her back in the day, and she was like, "No," and I'm like, "Dude, I'm not just here to buy you sushi." You know.
Yeah. Listen, I don't hang out with her if she don't let me finger blast her after Starbucks.
I miss you guys. You know how much I miss you guys. I miss you guys so much, man.
I'm barely awake, bro. What side of the world are you on right now? Where are you?
I'm in Thailand. It's midnight. I just walked around Bangkok. I actually I actually had 2 beers and smoked a joint. I'm not sure how great
We got MMA Roasted Inebriated. Mayhem's on the coffee. Adam's on 2 beers and a joint. We're getting fucking wild tonight. Fuck being polite.
Dude, all those videos you've ever seen of just like prostitutes in Thailand lining up are all true. Like every fucking place you go, there's about like 15, 20 bars, and they're all these girls, and they're like, oh, you want girl? You want 2 girls? I go, I'm sorry, I'm married. And they're like, oh, you want 5 girls?
And you're like, yes,
hey,
you nailed it.
Hey, make sure that before you leave, you stop by the Cowboy District. Pick up something for your wife.
Of course. Have you been to Thailand? Obviously, you have.
Oh, yeah. I almost went to a Thai prison, but that's a story for another time.
What happened?
I think it's a good time is now.
All right. Well, I'm headed into the gym in 1 minute, but I'll tell you this, okay? The dude in the front seat of the car, while we're headed to a police checkpoint, said, I got K in my pocket. I got ketamine in my pocket. I'm in the back seat with the purple mohawk, and I go, stick it up your ass, stick it up your ass, stick it up your ass, stick it up your ass. He did not stick it up his ass. Long story short, we got jammed up. They make you take a piss test. I'm like, bro, I ain't taking no piss test. They're like, you take a piss, you pee-pee, you pee-pee, you pee-pee. And I was like, pee-pee. Somehow, somebody put cocaine in my sample. And you know what? They almost started me to Thai prison, where I would undoubtedly train for a Muay Thai fight and fuck up some little kid. So yeah, that's the short version. I'll tell you the long version another day.
There's really nothing that I could ever.
Yeah, I hate when they mess with my urine sample. Happens all the time.
Right? There's always fucking with it.
Oh, dude. So anyway, so I got to New Zealand.
Can't trust anybody.
So I got to New Zealand. Russell flew me me and Russell flew from California to Dubai to New Zealand, right? But we didn't have a show in Dubai. He just only wanted to fly Emirates. So it was an extra 32 hours, right? Or it was an extra like 15 hours with an overnight, just because Russ, well, and he's in first class. I'm in business class, which is still awesome.
No.
But at the end, they were like, do you want to go sit with your friend? Like the last 30 minutes?
Nice.
Dude, and then I'm still writing for Gutfeld, right? So 5 days a week. So I'm 14 hours ahead, 15 hours ahead, 13 hours ahead. So I'm just spending like 4 or 5 hours just cranking out fucking jokes, left and trying to get them in. Russell's helping me with that too. But I'm doing the meetings with Greg at like 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, staying in. But it is what it is. I mean, that's like Greg is fucking hilarious, and that's a dream job. Jason, you're training somebody for a big fight?
Yeah, but guys got a title fight. Normally, Bud, I love you guys. MMA Roasted got the best fan base in the United States and beyond. And guess what? I got a guy training for a title fight, so I got to fucking take care of this. But got to go hold the pads, huh? I love you guys. I really.
Good luck.
Yeah. I'm stuck. Thank you guys for always having my back.
Always.
All
man.
right. God bless you guys, man.
Always. So Bill,
Good luck, man.
So we get to New Zealand, right? And Russell's like, "Yo, Israel Adesanya, you want to go out to dinner with him?" I'm like, "Sure." So I go out with we go out with Israel, and the last time I saw him was at the MMA awards, and he like flew in from New Zealand to get an award, and my daughter accidentally like kicked. I was with my Violet, my 3-year-old, and accidentally spilled a drink all over him, right? Like right before he was about to present it, like just alcohol everywhere. And I was like, "Oh man, sorry." And he's like, "Kids, right?" I go, "Do you have any kids?" He's like, "Not that I know
Wait,
of."
your 4-year-old daughter spilled her alcoholic drink?
His drink, right?
Why was she drinking his drink? That's so messed up, Adam.
So this time we were hanging out.
Yeah.
This time we were hanging out. He accidentally spilled a drink all over me, and I was like, "Oh, it's okay, we're even, right?" But I was telling him this story, man. Like, so Henry
accidentally spilled like this.
Yeah, exactly. So Henry Cejudo, I help his coach Eric Avanici some of his right tweets, and I forgot who it was. Paulo Costa was fighting Israel Adesanya, and he kept hitting me up. What do you got for Israel? What do you got for and I was like, I really didn't have much. I gave him like 1 or 2 jokes. So right after the fight, Israel beats the shit out of Paulo Costa and then pretends to fuck him in the ass, like right afterwards. And then goes like this, like he's jerking off, and then throws it all over the coach's face. Like he pretended to jerk off on his face, right? Like, so he beats the shit out of this guy. He fucks him in the ass and then jerks off on the coach's face. Like, not really, but like pretend. And then the coach hits me up and he's like, "Hey, what do you got for Israel?" I'm like, dude, the guy just fucking beat your guy's ass and then jerked off in your face and fucked him in the ass. There's really, at a certain point, like, no tweet.
Yeah.
What am I going to say?
Yeah. After you dry hump someone in front of millions of people, you can't really top that.
Yeah. Like, I mean, what am I going to? But by the way, Bill, Don, have you guys ever been to Thailand?
No, but I watched White Lotus.
Oh,
No.
That's close enough. That's close
No.
enough. Yeah. If you ever get
the lady boys there, the lady boys are pretty beautiful.
Oh no, you got to be careful with that. Dude, like we were at a bar and some girls like, "Hello, you want a drink?" Or like they all try to get you to buy them drinks. And then the girl had an Adam's apple. And I'm just like, I pretended to get up to go to the bathroom. That's not. Anyway, so what else is going on? So that was cool. The shows have been great. The shows in Australia were fucking awesome. I did a show last night in Hong Kong, and this wasn't even part of my act, but I was like, hey, I did a joke about COVID, and I was like, thanks for giving us COVID, by the way, right? And then like 3,000 people were like, ooh, and I'm like, oh no, it was China, and then they all fucking went crazy because it's like.
I know, isn't that crazy? Hong Kong is not China, or is it China? What's the deal? Does it go back and forth?
I think it's basically like how Puerto Rico is to the U.S., where it's like a province, but it's not officially part of China, but it is part of China.
Yeah,
it's like. But Hong Kong was awesome. I definitely had to slow down because it was English was not their first language. And then in Australia, I got to pet kangaroos, which is pretty awesome. I went to this like wildlife farm, and they were all just laying there like they were. And I'm like, well, are these kangaroos dead? They're like, no, they were just born here. And then there's
people don't realize that kangaroos are everywhere in Australia, like literally everywhere. They're like more than wild dogs.
They were so friendly. And then there's a thing called a quokka. Have you heard about a quokka? So it's like an island where it's basically looks like almost like a raccoon meets beaver, and they're super friendly. And everyone's like, you got to see quokka, and they're only on this island. So I went, and of course, like the week before I go here, my wife, someone was like, there was like fraud on our card, and my wife canceled the card, and I forgot to get a new card. So my Visa doesn't work, so I'm out here with just basically cash and like an American Express. So I took like a ferry and a train, and then I went to go actually, to see the quokkas, and then they didn't take American Express. I was like, motherfucker. So then the next day, these Australian guys were like, hey, we'll take you out. They took me on a private boat so I could see the quokkas. And they come right up to you, but then you start petting it. People are like, you can't pet the quokka. There's fucking quokka Karens on this island yelling at me for petting a quokka.
Wait. You were petting the Australian squawk?
Yeah. Have you seen a quokka?
You're petting her squawk on the boat?
Yes, exactly.
No, it's my wife's favorite, though. Lots of them.
Oh, dude. Yeah. So that was pretty
Thousands.
Cool. I got to hang out with the quokka, but then think about Russell, it's awesome. He like takes me across the world, but he doesn't like to go out. Like he didn't want to see the pyramids, or he didn't want to when we got to Egypt, and he didn't want to see the safari. He's done all this shit. He didn't want to go see because so he just wants to go to the mall. So I'm doing a lot of solo missions. But it's cool, man. I mean, whatever. I'm like basically just exploring. And Don, how are you doing, man?
I'm okay. I'm okay. My left knee hates me. It hates me for the last 5 days now. I don't know what I did to it. It just fucking hates me.
Fuck. And Bill, you?
I'm doing good. I want to know what's on Don's shirt. I'm back, bitches. What's that about?
That's Trump.
That's President Trump, baby. President Trump.
Hey, Don.
That's it right here.
He has a big party at Mar-a-Lago. His Freedom Patriots party tomorrow. Are you going to go?
No, I lost my invitation.
No, you can buy tickets. It's the whole thing.
So let's catch up on some.
I gotta go to South Carolina this weekend for Comic-Con.
Oh, nice. That's pretty
nice.
Cool. Have you guys seen the Gable Stevenson wrestling that happened? Him losing, the guy that beat Gable Stevenson?
When? Just happened?
About 2 weeks ago. Did you hear about it?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Well, so basically, Gable Stevenson was he was an Olympic champion. The guy is just a monster wrestler, like one of the best ever, one of the best college wrestlers. And then for some crazy, he basically goes back to college after he wins the gold, which I don't think you should be able to do that, to be honest. Like I think once you win the gold, like you shouldn't be able. But he had one more year, so he tried out for WWE. He made it, but then didn't make it. Something I don't know what happened. He then tried out for the Buffalo Bills. He almost made the Buffalo Bills without ever playing football.
What the fuck?
high school. That's how good of a athlete he is, right? And then he goes back to college, right? So he goes back to college, and he wrestles, and he doesn't get 1 point scored on him the entire year this year, right? So in comes this guy Wyatt Hendrickson, who was in the Army, it was the Air Force, was a captain, also went back to college, and he had beaten Wyatt like 17-3 during the season. And then it's the finals of the NCAAs, and fucking Wyatt wins, dude, with 1 second left, takes him down. It's like the biggest upset.
Oklahoma State.
Yeah, Oklahoma State. One of the biggest in the history of college wrestling. Like the place is stunned. I mean, just everyone. And then Donald Trump's there, so he salutes Donald Trump after he wins. And it was crazy because he was that big of an underdog, and he was a number 2 seed. But the other guy hadn't lost since 2019, and won the gold medal. Don, what do you think of that match?
I think it's great, man. It's fantastic. Shit. The cowboy, the Okie State Cowboy, can write his own ticket now,
Yeah. I mean, did you ever see that happening? Gable Stevenson losing in the NCAA finals?
Oh, hell no. Nobody did. You'd lost $1 million if you bid on that,
Yeah, Bill.
Was the other guy's senior? Was the other guy's last year too?
Yeah, it was his last year, and it was just
so.
And it's one of those things where he was like, he was like, Jesus was behind me, and he talked about, and it was like, I think if you like believe, if you really think that God has your back and you believe in Jesus, like, I don't know, anything is possible because you're like. Yeah.
You two are Jewish. You can't be bad mouthing Jesus.
No, I'm not bad mouthing him.
No, it's bad mouthing Jesus.
I'm not bad mouthing him. I'm saying it's such a benefit, like thinking that Jesus has your back.
I know. Maybe we should be Jews for Jesus, Adam. I think that's what we got to do now.
Like for real. But that was crazy. So then they also over things that we missed over.
I saw Jesus. I saw Jesus down there tripping Gable Stevenson. I saw him. Reach out,
Jesus did an ankle pick.
Yeah. Don, do you go to church ever or no?
I haven't gone to church in decades, man. I need to.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't. Yeah. I'm afraid the ceiling will fall in.
So what else did we miss? We had this thing called Dirty Boxing. They started this. I don't even know what the rules were, but for some reason, Yoel Romero competed in it, and Andre.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And it was like one of those things where you're allowed to elbow. And if you knock the guy down, then you could take him down and ground and pound. But then people were tripping and guys were jumping on them. And they had Mike Perry as the commentator, who was actually a really good commentator. But even he didn't even know the rules. Like he didn't. I'm not really sure anyone knew the rules to this. John Jones is now one of the owners of it, which. Good for John Jones. So that was that was another thing that
is that John Jones' way of announcing he's retiring.
Tells you how it is with the rules,
yeah. Yeah, good point. And then what else happened? So there's other thing called the GFL, right? Global Fighting League, which is taking place in California over 2 days, which I'm not even sure like why they're having a 2-day event, but they're having this thing. But the thing looks great, but it's kind of like I was telling Russell about it. It's sort of like a I Love the 90s concert, but of MMA, because they have Uriah Faber versus Hanan Barao, on which Barao is like, I think lost 11 in a row, but good for Uriah Faber. Anthony Pettis versus Ben Henderson, which I think they fought like 9 times. I think they even.
This is a card from 2010.
Yeah, Holly Holm versus Julia Budd, Chad Mendez, who did dirty boxing for a while, Derek Brunson. I'm happy for him. Sage Northcutt, who I haven't heard that name forever. Aspen Ladd, Kat Zingano versus Alexa Connors. Alexa used to cat sit for me one time, or dog sit, stayed at my house with Jessie Jess. She's a very, very cool girl. Neiman Gracie, Jessica Penny, she's pretty awesome. And that's one day. The next day is Tony Ferguson versus Dylan Dennis.
Oh my God, Dylan Dennis is finally fighting someone.
Tony Ferguson, who's lost like 9 in a row, but I'm still thinking, I think Tony Ferguson should win this. Right?
I mean, when's the last time Dylan Dennis had an MMA fight?
It's been years, and he's only 2-0 and fought like 2 guys that were bums, basically. Uriah Hall versus Douglas Lima, OSP versus Alexander Gustafsson. And that guy's got to be like he was old 10 years ago.
Yeah, everyone here is in their 40s, I think.
Jimmy Rivera, who's now a cop. Thiago Santos versus Devin Clark. Alan Belcher has got to be 97 years old. I mean, he looks fucking huge. But Phil Hawes versus Grant Neal. I like Kai Kabak. So all this is going on over 2 days in the GFL. I mean, we're going to watch this, right? But Bill, your thoughts on this? Don?
I mean, yeah, I definitely want to watch it. I think sometimes these fights are better when they're like getting old and desperate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, sure.
That's how I feel.
They're going to have a cardiac doctor next to the ring.
Don, how are you not in this? I mean, come on. Don,
I don't know.
You gotta be kidding me. All right. So what else is going on?
I'm too young. Too young for this card.
Too young.
Have you guys seen this Hulk Hogan stuff that's going on?
No.
All right. So it's all over.
Fuck him.
So Hulk Hogan, he basically hasn't talked to his daughter Brooke Hogan in a while. But anybody that has a reality show, it just never works out. If you had a reality show about your family,
Yes.
you're doomed to fail. So Hogan's basically ex-wife Linda Hogan says that Hulk Hogan was cheated on her. He's a sex addict. He's a bad guy. Hogan went back on her. The wife doesn't talk to Brooke Hogan. So now Hulk Hogan made a reaction video where he's reacting to his ex-wife, and he's with his new girlfriend reacting to his ex-wife. You guys want to see this?
Yes.
Okay, so this is Hulk Hogan.
Up to me, but she cut me out too. I haven't talked to her for 7 years, almost 8 years now. And God bless Nick. He's still such a good boy.
Oh my God. This is brutal.
My crying face, but I have to be honest about what I went through in my marriage with Terry as Hulk Hogan and what it entailed and what it has caused over the years and everything else. He's a complete liar. He is a
I have millions of dollars.
I know that.
Never worked a day in my life, and I feel terrible.
Behind the scenes. Yet he marches on. He marches on like, yeah, oh, I'm promoting my own beer, real American beer. Yeah, look at me. Woo! Yeah, he's such a hero, right? Not. Okay. I've given him more opportunities to come back and make us a family and try to
Look at the woman on the right and look at her. Did you go back?
I mean, the new wife is really hot. I will just say that. But to him to make a reaction video on the ex-wife talking shit about him, I gotta say, is pretty epic trolling.
Yes.
That's next level. I mean, that is. Yeah. I mean, first of all, why is she even airing all this shit out? But I gotta say, that's
because she needs the money. She doesn't get the fame anymore. Nobody notices her. Nobody gives a shit, and she doesn't have the money. So that's all about it.
Don, you ever work with Hulk Hogan?
No, I bet the asshole once, and he fucking didn't even want to shake my hand. So I was like, "Fuck him."
Why didn't he want to shake your hand?
He's just an arrogant cunt. He just thought he was just too good, you know. So fuck him.
Fuck Hulk Hogan. I'm on the
Yeah, now I hate Hulk Hogan. God damn it.
No one really ever says anything good about Hulk Hogan. None of the wrestlers, none of this. Definitely Scott Steiner. I don't know if you watch Scott Steiner. He fucking hates Hulk Hogan. So I can't say anything about Hulk Hogan. But for him to make a video with his wife eating popcorn, watching the ex-wife is pretty damn funny.
That's pretty good.
Objectively hilarious.
I wonder who gave him that idea.
So there's that. Now did you watch any of the fights last week? Bill, Don? No.
I think I watched a couple of them. I wasn't that into it.
Yeah, I mean there's so many fights. Yeah. So this would happen after the guy won. So Jamal Emmers, who's a buddy of mine, a really good fighter, so he wins, and I've never seen this before. He wins, and the corner starts fighting each other after he wins. So here, watch this.
As you see the reaction from the Embers corner.
This is after
both corners or one corner?
One corner. So Emmers wins, and the corner starts fighting each other.
What was he like? I told you that would work.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. But there's got to be a better way to celebrate winning than to like, the guy knocks the other guy out like first round, and the corners start fighting each other. Don, did you ever want to fight someone in your corner?
It's a culture, man.
It's a what?
What's that?
Did you ever like want to fight someone?
It's the culture.
The fighting culture, the MMA culture? Yeah. I mean, it's fucking. It was crazy.
Did they talk about it? Were they interviewed? Did they say they did that?
No. We don't know. And so the Kelvin Gastelum, who finally made weight, I feel bad. The guy finally makes weight, and he's supposed to fight in Mexico last week, and then the guy he's supposed to fight pulls out, and then makes a video of going off on Mexico. So this is Joe Pfeiffer, who's a really good fighter, and he was supposed to fight Kelvin Gastelum.
Yeah.
Supposed to fight Kelvin Gastelum, and here's what he says about what happened. Let's see if I got the share. Let me see if I can see this share. Here we go. All right, so
did he do it while he's in Mexico?
I was trying to get the Usman fight for months. Yeah, DM'd him, hit him up.
Oh no, this is Sean Brady. Sean Brady, actually. Sean Brady, who won 2 weeks ago, fucking looked awesome. He actually he beat Leon Edwards, and nobody beats Leon Edwards the way he beat Leon Edwards. So that was pretty awesome. And now Sean Brady's on top of his game. He's always been really good. The guy beat Craig Jones in MMA. I mean, in jiu-jitsu, which is like, who beats Craig Jones?
Oh, he did.
Yeah. I was like by like points, but even that, like still. And he had one bad fight against Bilal Muhammad.
Yeah.
And I just think he just had an off night that night. But this guy Joe Pfeiffer, I don't know if I could spell Joe Pfeiffer. Yeah, so he basically pulls out of his fight, and then he goes off on Mexico, saying, "I don't care if it's offensive to you. I'll never go back to that country. I did everything right. I slept in a tent. I did all this work. Still get sick. Some people are saying it wasn't the food." And he goes on, "I'm not a fucking geographic fucking elevation fucking scientist. I was told I was acclimated, which I did. 2 months I slept in a fucking tent on the floor. I'm never going back to that shithole country. Fuck that country. It's a shithole. I'm never going back.
Oh my God.
I don't care if it's offensive to you.
He's not going back now.
You're not the one fighting. Suck my balls." So,
suck my balls. He wrote suck my balls literally.
Yeah, literally.
He wants people to literally suck his balls.
I mean, what does he want from Mexico? I mean, you get Joe. Listen, you can get food poisoning.
Bruce Buffer started knocking on his door.
There we go. When Sean's not here, he's still here.
He came to
do it for Sean.
I mean, what is he? First of all, I've been in Mexico. I love Mexico, and even if like you want to call a place a shithole country, no country's a shithole country. There's good places about every country. I mean, what are we doing here? What are we doing? I mean, why are we blaming Mexico? I mean, you'll get another fight. The guy's like 15-1. He's a good fighter. Like, what do you want? Bill, thoughts? you get seat views, you get the lowest price guarantee, and you have ticket coverage. All right. So they like cover it. All right. So go to the Game Time app, create an account, use the code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. All right. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem the code CLNS, $20 off. Live events are so much fun. There's nothing like it. And I highly recommend, like 10 out of 10. I'm telling you, I'm not just talking shit here. Okay. I have the actual Game Time app, and I use this app more than I do any other app for tickets. Okay. Because they got all kinds of great stuff, and it's super easy to use. So you're going to thank me afterwards and have fun.
I mean, he's obviously in his feelings right now writing that. That's like he's writing that mid diarrhea. You know what I mean? That's when you're in like an angry shit and you're puking and you just like angry tweet or something at 3 a.m. Because that's not something like he sat down with his thoughts, he drafted an email, and then sent it. That is just like fuck this place. Goddamn Mexico. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he must be in the throes of it.
Well, he wrote this on Instagram, so it wasn't.
I bet you.
Yeah.
I bet you the Chinese owners of UFC didn't pay him since he didn't fight, so he had no money.
That's you know what? You know what? That's probably what happened. He probably pulled out of the fight and didn't get paid. Spent all this money on a training camp. Went over there, spent 2 months, and is fucking mad. And now they got to change the rules. I mean, first of all, I understand if you don't fight, you don't get paid. If you're the guy pulling out, because then. But if Kelvin Gastelum makes weight, or if someone makes weight, they should get paid the full amount. Sometimes I think they get taken care of,
right,
but they should give the full amount, like the full amount.
Right.
And right now, there's a whole new thing of like, remember that fight that happened? Who was it? The guy, the boxer, the guy who's a boxer who's always in trouble. But it's a whole different culture now. There's a boxer who won.
You gotta come up with a name.
Garcia.
That's too broad.
Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia.
Oh yeah.
Ryan Garcia beat Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia missed weight. He missed weight by like 7, 8, 9, whatever it was. They had to catch weight. He got busted for steroids after the fight. He had all these problems, but he won the fight and he beat Devin Haney's ass. So no one gives a shit. But there's a problem with that. If a guy misses weight, like Devin Haney should have just got paid. Like he should have to fight a guy 7, 8 pounds.
Right.
Devin Haney's probably like, fuck it.
Right.
I'm not going to get the money if I don't fight. I have to fight. And then the promoters are like, well, we can't call this fight off. We sold how many tickets, how many pay-per-views. So they're probably like, Devin, if you don't fight, you're not going to get paid. So then the guy's kind of fucked. And now he's fighting a guy who misses weight and takes steroids. And still now everyone's like, you got your ass kicked. Fuck.
Yeah.
Like nobody's on this other guy's side. Except for me. I'm on the other guy's side. Because I know how hard it is to make weight and how drained you are. And it's a big difference if your opponent doesn't make weight. Fucking huge difference. Even if it's by 4 or 5.
You know what? If you miss weight by 7 or 8 pounds, you don't have any respect for your opponent, for yourself, or for the sport. That's all there is to it.
No, 100%. Fucking 1,000%. So, all right, there's fights this weekend. There's a lot of MMA news. We'll talk about that. There's also some crazy shit that's going on. This podcast is hard because I have fun just shooting the shit with you guys. I also know that Don doesn't fucking watch a lot of these fights.
Oh, I saw this one.
but Don's opinion is the greatest anyway on everything. And then Bill, by the way. All right, so there's some shit that went on. So let's talk about a couple things. By the way, Conor McGregor I think is done. They asked him, "Are you going?" He announced he's running for president of Ireland, and I talked to people from Ireland, and they like him. I think he might actually have a shot of winning. Yeah, he says he has more political.
I think that's great.
So he says he's kind of done fighting. I mean, can he win? You think? I mean, the guy has all kinds of issues with the law. allegations, drugs.
I think he has a better chance of winning president than winning a fight, to be honest.
You think so?
At this point, I mean, God, he hasn't fought in how many years? And last time he fought, he broke his leg.
Look, I like Michael Chandler. He's my friend. Unfortunately, I think Michael was tailor-made for him because I think Chandler has gotten into this thing of like, it's okay to be entertaining and lose than to be boring and win.
Yeah.
And he just gets into slugfest with people. And unfortunately, I think McGregor hits harder. But other guys who I think are smarter that are will figure out either gas him, take him down, jiu-jitsu, other shit, and I think they kind of have. But I think, unfortunately, Michael Chandler.
Are they actually fighting each other? Is that fight really happening with him and Chandler?
No. Michael Chandler is fighting. What's his name? Paddy Pimblett next.
Close enough.
Which, yeah, like I hope Michael Chandler wins. I really do. So this week, the PFL, which none of us know how they're getting their money. For some reason, they have nobody pays for their pay-per-views, nobody attends their events, but they give out $1 million, and they get all these celebrities. I don't know. Anyway, so this guy Jason Jackson is fighting Andrei Karashkov, who's a good fighter. Adam Borix is fighting. Logan Stanley is not 17-8, MMA junkie, and Jeremy Kennedy's fighting on this card. So that's this week. It's opening round of the tournament. Also, Josh Emmett, who is like the most underground. He knocked out Bryce Mitchell's last fight. That like Bryce Mitchell has not been the same. He's fighting Pat Sabatini next. That's Gerard Mearshart is fighting Brad Tavares. That should be a good fight. Davey Grant, who's a DJ. By the way, Gerard Mearshart used to be in the band. He was in his college band. Brad Tavares is Hawaiian. By the way, everyone from New Zealand is like Samoan, and they're all like fucking
huge.
Samoans are nice, but they can fight. Samoans are the biggest people I've ever seen in my entire life. It's just great.
Why are they so big?
I don't know. Don, tell me, why are Samoans so big?
I don't know. They got some magic. They eat magic magic dust.
Thank you. All right. Did you guys see this up kick last week? This is one of the greatest knockouts I've ever seen. I'll show you guys. Here we go.
High volume. And Shinkareski, for the most part, is that an answer? Caught the kick once again.
You guys see that? So the guy caught the guy caught his foot, and then he did a spinning.
Caught the kick once again. Caught the kick once again.
Wow.
Yeah. Spinning wheel kick after the guy caught his foot.
We've seen that before, man. I think I copied that.
Yeah, he got it from Joaquin Buckley. But damn, that was crazy. That's one of those things where I'm like, how do you even train for that? Like, how do you even train for that?
I don't know.
You know what?
That's some shit you do
that to a midget. So.
Oh God, this is all right. So then,
by the way, I'm looking at why Samoan's so big, and one of them is because in Samoan culture, being big and fat is seen as a sign of strength. So there's no stigma to being like 1,000 pounds.
Oh, okay.
In Samoa.
There you go. So what else is going on? It was announced today that Juliana Pena is fighting Kayla Harrison for the title at 135, which is awesome. Juliana Pena is one of the meanest, like they said, is one of the meanest people, but in a really good way. She's one of the most competitive people I ever met.
Are you friends with her?
Really good friends, but like not in a bad way.
You're friends with her, right?
Yeah. We're really good friends. She's one of my favorite people in the world. And Kayla's a really.
Tell her I think she's beautiful.
Yeah, she is beautiful. But Kayla.
Wait, did you hook up with her?
No. We were just friends.
Okay.
We were just friends. Kayla Harrison is a girl that's, I mean, 2-time Olympian judoka. She's like, I don't know, 17-1, 18-1. She's just a monster of a girl. She had a crazy background where she was like molested by her judo coach, and the guy's in jail and for thank God for life. And she wrote a book about it.
Good.
And then she also I think her sister had some kind of issues. She ended up like adopting her sister's kids. She's got a crazy life, and she's won $3 million in the PFL. But Juliana Pena is one of those people that she'll fight you to the death. Like she's one of these people that just runs out of rounds. Like she may not win every fight, but it's sort of because the fight, like if there was a 100-round fight, she would have won because she just doesn't stop. She just keeps going at it. So
she's like Nate Diaz.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. By the way, I think I remember when she fought Amanda Nunes. You were saying you were the one person who said, "I think she could beat Amanda Nunes." You were like, "Nah, Adam, that's not possible." But that was one of the calls you made, and she fucking won.
I know, and I'm so stupid because I like actually bet on her, but I did like a parlay. I got greedy, and then the other fight didn't come through, and I would have. It was like 10-1, so I actually would have won like some big money on that too. Yeah, because the thing about Juliana is another person of like doesn't she just doesn't care. Like no one. It doesn't matter. Like, I told my wife, I'm like, I think she's the only one who thinks that she's going to win this fight, except for me. And my wife's like, yeah, well, that's the one that actually matters, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So it got announced that Merab is fighting Sean O'Malley too. Now, people are saying it's a waste of time, but I disagree with that. I think it's actually good because O'Malley was a pretty dominant champion. Like,
yeah, he was.
Like Merab beat him, but that's the only guy that beat him. Remember, he knocked out Aljamain. He was knocking out everybody. He was looking great. So people are saying it's a waste of time, but why
is it a waste of time? They don't think Sean can compete with him?
Yeah. So
I feel like Sean just had the wrong game plan last time.
You know what it is, honestly? Like, number one, yes, I think Sean deserves the fight. He's only lost one fight before that, and then that was a fight where his ankle gave out. Remember his ankle, and it was like, and then he like won the rematch. But also, the UFC needs a star. They need a star badly. I mean,
yeah,
they don't have McGregor. John Jones doesn't know when he's going to fight again. Who else? Like, what's his name? Just lost.
Yeah, and also there are no more. I feel like the female UFC is now like the WNBA. Like nobody gives a shit about the women fighting anymore in the UFC. Don't you feel that way? I'm no offense to your friend, but like you never hear anyone talk about female MMA anymore.
No, and they had it with Ronda Rousey. They had
They've gotten soft. They got soft like the guys.
So so I think what the UFC is, they're like, okay, yeah, I'm sure WME is like, all right, this guy has 10 million followers on Instagram and Twitter, and he's a star, and he's got the look, and he's got the brand, like, and Merab doesn't have that, star power that, let's be honest, that O'Malley has.
Yeah.
He's a better fighter. He won. He's a great fighter. But O'Malley was knocking people out and doing it in a way like he was going on these podcasts and this and that. So it makes sense. But like according to MMA Junkie, like Merab versus O'Malley, the rematch we've been waiting for. Not exactly. I mean, like what the fuck? Like, it has its main event and its features, blah, blah, blah. And then it goes on to say fans aren't all in on O'Malley being granted an immediate rematch is an understatement. And you can check out some of the more venomous reactions. But I mean, who gives a fuck? Someone's like, oh, it feels like the biggest waste of time, getting a rematch, April Fool shit, blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. The guy lost one fight. The guy lost one, and he knocked out Aljamain Sterling. He was knocking people out left and right. Like, what are we talking about here?
I think people just don't want to like Sean O'Malley. I think from the beginning, people have always been like, just because the way he looks, I just don't think people believed he would ever be that good. So they just have always knocked him down. I mean, when has Sean O'Malley ever been someone that the community has gotten behind? Is like, this guy's the next big thing.
But and also Merab beat him. Merab beat him, but he just took him down and just grinded him out the whole time. It wasn't like he knocked him out in 35 seconds.
Of course.
What are we talking about? I'm not sure why fans wouldn't be into that. So what else is going on? Henry Cejudo says he's got one more fight and that's it. I love Henry. I don't think he's going off on a loss. I think he's going to keep.
That was 5 fights ago.
Yeah, but he keeps coming back. Jessica I signs with BKFC. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Jessica I is a friend of mine. I think she was tried becoming a teacher, and then that didn't happen. She had an OnlyFans at one point, and then I think she was selling life insurance, and she's just a competitor. It's hard. It's hard for these people to step away and go back to, and I
Hey, did we talk about, Don, what made you finally step away? What was the moment where you're like, I gotta quit, or I gotta retire?
Everything gave out on me, man. Everything quit me,
Yeah. So your brain was like, let's do it, but your body was like, fuck you, yeah.
Yeah, fighting quit me, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Don, you're still my favorite fighter of all time. You know that. One of my favorite people of all time, too.
Thank you.
It's the truth. All right, so now what else is going on here? Jessica, my buddy Jared Gooden, he retired. I like Jared Gooden a lot. He came on the podcast and wanted to keep telling me black jokes, and and he's black. And then I was afraid to laugh at them. They were really funny, but I feel like it was sort of entrapment. Have you ever been in a car with someone who's black and like a song comes on and the N-word keeps coming on and you're singing along, but now you have to like purposely not say the N-word, and then you're looking at the person and then they're looking at you to see if you're going to say it? That fucking happens to me all the time. I feel like it's sort of an entrapment, to be honest. All right, so
if you know the song, don't start singing along at the beginning.
Yeah. I can't get a lot of black people riding my pickup truck. I don't know
why. Maybe you shouldn't wear a hood. All right.
Yeah, Don. Maybe don't tie him on the back.
Paige Van Zandt and Bryce Hall.
That might be it.
And 50 Cent are in a new movie, a new horror film.
What?
That just sounds like a fucking horror film.
It's a reality show.
Yeah. Mike Perry Misfits offered him a boxing match against Dylan Dennis in April. Well, he better fucking take that. I mean, come on. I mean, like, you gotta be kidding me. If you don't take that. By the way, they're saying the new movie about Mark Kerr with The Rock, Don, they're saying it looks terrible. Which,
are you saying Rock can't do dramatic acting?
Shocking.
There was a fight that I wanted to show you guys. I can't find it. It was a couple weeks ago. The girl leg kicked the other girl, right? Hit a leg kick that was so nice. It was shin on neck. And the girl fell down and was like, out. And the other girl jumped on her to do ground and pound and then got caught in a triangle.
Oh, man, I love that.
No, I think an arm bar. Got caught in an arm bar and ended up losing. And I was like, the girl that got the arm bar looked like she didn't know where she was. I mean, she must have hit that arm bar a million times to have that natural instinct. Don, have you ever hit a triangle ever in your life?
That's muscle memory.
Have you ever hit a triangle on anyone, Don?
What's that?
Have you ever hit a triangle on anyone?
No. My legs don't bend like that.
Did anyone ever catch you in a triangle in an MMA fight?
Not in an MMA fight, just in the bedroom.
Just voluntary triangles.
Yeah, I was all for that.
Dude, it was fucking so funny. So funny. All right, what else is going on? So Ian Machado.
Hoping Julian Pena get me next.
Machado versus Gary. He's the guy that's like a really good fighter. I think he almost beat Chimaev. Like, he did good against Chimaev. It was a pretty good fight. So he's fighting Carlos Pratis. He's the guy also that has the older girlfriend or wife that.
And then she fucks other men, and he watches in the corner or something.
That's what
Is that
they
right?
say, but no one has. Or I think the ex-boyfriend lives with them, and he's the cook. But no one actually knows if they're like what the deal is. But people were just they really were enjoying calling him a cuck. I'm not really sure why. Like there was no proof. By the way, have you heard of this new thing called hot wifing?
No.
What? What's it called again?
Called hot wifing. It's basically guys are letting either male porn stars or good-looking guys fuck their wives and to like try out. Well, it's basically a new cucking. And there's like a website for it where you can meet other people to fuck your wives. Like,
yeah.
Dude, I don't even fuck my wife. I'm not letting anyone else fuck my wife. Like,
if I can't fuck her, you can't fuck her.
Yeah, I want to be the only guy who can fuck my wife who's not fucking my wife. Like,
Adam, that's genius. You should say that on stage.
I'm not letting anyone fuck my wife. Don, have you ever been into cucking or no?
No fucking way. No fucking way.
Wait, but Don, you must have had some couples that wanted you to be the man to come in and fuck the wife, right?
Right. And I said, no, I'm not into that fucking shit.
What about you, Bill? You seem like that. Did you ever have that?
Yeah, I feel very hurt because no one's ever asked me. I feel like maybe I'm
really nobody's ever asked. I feel like
not as cute as I thought I was.
Wait, none of your art friends?
Oh no, I did do one time. Wait, I did do one time. I'll be quick about this, but a couple did invite me back to the room. She was gorgeous. He was really old, and she was blowing me, and he was like eating her out, and then like the blanket came off him. He had a colostomy bag, and I was like, you know what? I'm out of here the second I came. You know what I mean? I just no, but I swear to God, he had a colostomy bag. It was like it wasn't full. It was that's the closest I ever.
Yeah, dude.
Ruin the atmosphere, didn't
it? Dude, I used to love threesomes though with girls.
Up the atmosphere.
I used to love threesomes. That was my shit back in the day. But one time, like, I wouldn't even care if like one girl was like a 3, if the other one was like an 8. You know, I would like kind of
still 11. Yeah.
Yeah, I would. Dude, one time the one girl was like a 9, and the other one was like a -14, and I was like, fuck it, right? And the 9 was so repulsed that I was hooking up with the -14 that she left. And then I was just stuck with the -14. Like it was.
Yeah, with your ADD, Adam, 83 is perfect.
Yes, she was like, yeah, dude, it was terrible. That was really, really bad. All right, so I showed you guys this article. It was an article that I actually picked for Gutfeld, and it's pretty funny. So here we go. All right, this is a true story. I don't know. A New Jersey police chief was accused of sticking a subordinate with a hypodermic needle, pooping on the floor, spiking coffee pot with Adderall and Viagra, according to legal docs. This is the police chief in New Jersey, right? So I'll read the article. Jersey police chiefs doing that. Basically, the antics are part of a culture of humiliation, harassment, and vulgarity. North Bergen police chief Chris Farley. He was
Chris Farley. I love that's his.
Robert Farley. He was also accused of sneaking hot peppers into officers' food, sending sex toys and gay pride flags to the home of a cop, and tossing eggs in fits of anger. It was a toxic workplace. Like, you think? I've never seen anything like it in my life. He also worked at Michael Darren, worked as a special captain, accusing the chief of chasing him around the office before cornering him and poking him with a hypodermic needle through his jeans, into his penis. And when I told Farley I was unhappy with his actions, he told me I don't know how to take a joke.
Or a poke.
He also claimed that the guy made racist remarks, and so that's going on in New York.
That's it. That'll get him. None of the other shit means that fucking thing.
No.
You know?
Yeah. But you make one joke about Asians and it's over.
Yeah.
Like pooping on the floor, sticking people with.
I bought the hypodermic needle from a minority.
I mean, that's fucking crazy. This guy's the chief. Like, who did he beat out to get the role of the chief?
Yeah.
Like, who didn't get the job? Like,
by the way, he sounds like a good time. You gotta admit it. He sounds like somebody would be fun to hang out with. I'm not gonna lie.
It sounds like Mayhem and McCorkle have like a kid. Between like you don't know how to take a joke, and then the poking people, and then this, I mean, oh my god, like that was
get on the floor.
Yeah, holy shit, that was crazy. That was I mean, all right. So UFC 316, by the way. All right, so we got that in New Jersey. Kayla Harrison versus Pena. Also, it's going to be Marab versus O'Malley, Marlon Vera versus Batista, and Johnny Walker, who's the most inconsistent fighter ever. Like, he either wins or he gets knocked out brutally. There's like no in between. And then next week is going to be Volkanovski versus Lopez for the Diego Lopez. That should be a good fight. I mean, I hope Volkanovski wins. I like that guy a lot. Diego Lopez is really good. He's the guy that has that.
Yeah.
And then Michael Chandler versus Patty Pimlet. Bryce Mitchell versus John Silva. They're going back and forth. Mitchell got booed, which is crazy because he went from like being the most loved fighter for like, I want my camo shorts. People were like, even the flat earth was like kind of funny. You're like, okay, whatever. Then he was like, don't go to my ex-wife's tattoo parlor. And then all of a sudden he gets a podcast, and his first podcast in, he says, I want to go fishing with Hitler. And Hitler seemed like a good guy, and those dirty Jews.
Yeah.
That was sort of like.
You know what, Adam? It's karma, because as a flat earthers say, what goes across comes across. You know what I mean?
That's brilliant. Also, Pitbull versus Yair Rodriguez. That's also a good fight. Dominic Reyes versus. By the way, Dominic Reyes. I guess he had those great fights with John Jones, and he's still saying he beat John Jones.
Yeah, that was all over the internet.
Then Jones tweeted out, "We should play rock paper scissors. That way you could beat me in something." Which is
that's pretty good.
Yeah, I gotta say. And then Chase Hooper versus Jim Miller. Chase Hooper's been looking great, and then Darren
his striking's been looking good too.
Everything has been looking good with him. Like he's actually gotten much better. It's so funny because I saw him in New York, and like an idiot, I was like, dude, your fights, man. That first fight you had, you were getting the shit beaten out of you, but then you came back, and he's like, yeah, that was the plan. Like, he's just a fucking wise ass, but super smart. He's one of those dudes that is, if he wasn't fighting, he'd be a serial killer. Like, him and Josh Barnett are two people that I'm like, thank God they found fighting, because I could see them just murdering people in their free time and getting away with all of it. They're like real life Dexters, no one's finding those guys. So anyway, this has been fun though, man. I freaking miss you guys. I really do miss you guys.
How much longer you got on tour?
Sure you do.
I got 2 more.
You're on tour. You're on tour with all those transvestites. How do you have time to miss us?
I gotta say,
they're transgender people.
It's hard to go. I mean, look, the first shows were 7,000 people, 8,000, 7,000. I mean, the thing is, I'm not doing any crowd work because I know Russell does crowd work. And plus, there were that many people. Like, Russell has somebody go with 2 cameras, line up every shot, and you see him on the big screen, and they don't do any of that for me. So if I'm like, hey, where are you from? No one will know who I'm talking to. So I'm kind of like, I just been working on material, and then the Gutfeld's got me for 6 hours a day, 8 hours a day, writing those jokes. Which now I have like a billion jokes, but I can't do them here because no one's gonna know American politics stuff when I'm overseas, and I don't want to try a brand new joke in front of 8,000 people. It's not really one of those things, but whatever. So now I'm like, I have 500 pages of jokes now, literally 500 pages that I have to like be like, word search Doge and then put all my Doge jokes together and then word search, Nancy Pelosi and have all my Nancy Pelosi's jokes. Word per Karen Bass. So I'm excited when I get back to like work on that, which is cool. And then I have an audition. I'm like,
nice.
Yeah, I don't even know if I would want to do it. I'm just like,
what's it for? Oh, you can't say.
Like web series or something, nothing crazy. It's just it's just you get you don't get spoiled, but you're just I don't even it didn't even tell me when it actually shoots. I hate when they don't tell you when it shoots because it also pays so little that I'm like I wouldn't even cancel a gig for it. So like and I hit up my agent and I'm like, hey, when does this shoot? Because it's like otherwise I gotta find someone to read with, do it on Zoom, record it, edit it, send it in, which is like I mean, if you hear people digging ditches, I sound like a real bitch actually. Hearing myself say this out loud, fucking am I bitching about? Anyway, what do you got?
Life's so hard.
Yeah.
I have an audition.
Yeah, you're right. But I am seeing my wife and daughter are coming to Japan, so I'm gonna see them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, super excited about that. Like,
cool.
That's the one thing I fucking hate.
What town?
Tokyo. Yeah, I hate being away from
Tokyo.
I'm just trying to like right now. I'm freelancing.
Take her to Hello Kitty World.
Yeah,
they got a Barbie world. And they got a Hello Kitty world.
That's exactly where we're going. But dude, I can't sleep. So I've been taking Ambien on the road, and then when I take Ambien, I eat everything. So I clean out the mini bar and like don't remember it, and then then I owe all this money in the morning for all this mini bar. What do you got coming up, Bill?
A bunch of nothing, man. Well, I have my weekly show at the Laugh Factory every Monday, and that's pretty much it, man.
That's awesome. I mean, that show looks really good.
They just jacked the price up, so it's $40 a ticket, general admission, on a Monday 10 o'clock show. So
dude,
I mean, short of getting like Russell Peters, we're not selling that fucker out.
Dude, I hate when like I do shows for free in a town. Like or not free, but I'll like give out comps in Vegas. I'll give everyone comps, and then I'll go back there and like, hey, you only have 5 comps. So then I'm like, I don't even want to invite people because I know they gotta pay. Because I'm like, hey, welcome to my show. Yeah. Oh, here's the link to buy tickets. Because
exactly.
Like, and you're an asshole for doing that. Because they're like, So how do you promote it without knowing that people gotta pay $40?
I mean, we try to get the tourists. That's pretty much it. Because my friend, no one I know is going to pay $40 a ticket.
Yeah.
Because it's not so much they don't have the money, but they just want to feel cool and be on the guest list. So.
Dude, it's of course. And the worst is sometimes like I'll get people on the guest list for my tour shows with Russell, which is great. But then so I get them in for free. But then they're like, hey, can we come to the meet and greet at the end? And that's another. So now I'm like, can I just meet you outside? Because Russell already has like 100 people in the green room.
Yeah, of course. And who pay extra.
And they're all coming in and just taking all the drinks and the food and everything. These people are just coming in and just fucking savages, fucking just taking it, So it's just, and then I don't know how Russell does it because he'll do shows where like people will come before the show. They want to say hi to Russell and he doesn't say no to anybody. So now it's like, bro, you're performing in front of 14,000 people and you got to host a party beforehand. It's like, but it is what it is. Don, do you ever people before your fights try to like want tickets or hang out with you or?
Not before the fight. No, not before the fight. I'm sure there were, but I never let them. No.
You ever have a party afterwards and you lost the fight and they want to like either give you advice or it's just awkward?
Oh yeah. There's always somebody telling you how you should have won. Yeah.
So what do you now? Do you say like shut the fuck up or thanks but no thanks, or are you like polite about it?
I just stand there, listen to it, and and then just flush it down the toilet.
Bill, I don't know about you, man, but the worst is when like
I'll take that into consideration.
the worst when I think I have a good set, and then somebody's like, "Oh, tough crowd," or
yeah, or like I liked you.
or like, "Oh man, like they didn't get you," and then you don't want to then be like, "Oh no, they were laughing," because then you're like, now you're defending, now you're defending how you were so, dude. I'm just pretending I don't hear them. Like someone would be like, "Oh, tough crowd," and I just ignore them. That was the best thing. When I opened for Mike Epps, me and Mike. First of all, I went from like I used to have this booker who was like the worst booker. Basically, he would book you at a show, and 1/3 of the time they booked another headliner. So like you would like, or three headliners, right? Or I go look at the website and I wasn't there. So they told me I was headlining in West Virginia at the Funny Bone. I get there and they're like, "Oh, Mike Epps is headlining this week." They're like, "Oh, but you could feature." I'm like, "But they'll give you the same money." Mike Epps brings his own feature. So now I go from headlining and doing 6 minutes on the show, right? But I was getting the same money. So I'm sitting there with Mike Epps in the green room, and somebody comes in and they're like, "Yo, Mike, man, I heard you're a rapper, and I want you to do my album." Like 10-minute making a pitch, right? Mike just stares at him, and then the guy leaves. It's just awkward as fuck. And Mike looks at me and goes, "I pretend I don't speak English." I'm like, that is genius. Like, that's like the greatest. Just pretend you don't speak English. That's
right after they see you your hour set, pretend you don't speak English.
I didn't think about that actually.
That's great.
Well, anyway, thank you guys so much. Let's do this again next week if you guys are down. Fucking Don, love you.
Of course, always, Adam, always.
Still love you. Take care, guys. Thank you.
Bye. See you, Don.